If you're thinking about buying the Logitech K380 keyboard, hold on for just a second, because I'm about to reveal some major problems you didn't see coming. You've probably heard that this keyboard is the perfect multi-device Bluetooth solution, connecting up to 3 devices and giving you 24 months of battery life. But here's what surprised me. Despite all the hype, this keyboard might not be all it's cracked up to be, especially if you expect seamless typing and flawless connectivity. In fact, what you're about to learn could change how you look at portable keyboards forever. So buckle up and stick around, because by the end of this review, you'll know exactly if the Logitech K380 is worth your hard-earned money, or better left ignored. Let me also tell you right up front, this review isn't just for the casual typist or the office warrior. If you're someone who juggles multiple devices like a pro, Windows PC, Mac, iPad, even your smartphone, you'll want to hear this. I've tested the Logitech K380 extensively, and while it promises universal compatibility, the reality is more complicated. If you need a keyboard that truly adapts and works seamlessly, you're going to be surprised. Some features fall short in surprising ways. But before we dig deeper, here's a question for you. Have you ever bought a supposedly universal keyboard that made you miss your old clunky wired one? Stick with me, because I'll reveal exactly why that might happen with the K380. Now let's start with the obvious. Logitech calls the K380 a multi-device Bluetooth keyboard that works with Windows, Mac, Chrome OS, Android, iPad, iPhone, and even Apple TV. And yes, it does connect up to 3 devices simultaneously and lets you switch between them at the touch of a button. Sounds perfect, right? But here's the thing. Bluetooth 3.0, which this keyboard uses, is already a bit outdated in 2024, while newer devices are equipped with Bluetooth 5.0 or beyond. Relying on Bluetooth 3.0 means slower and less stable connectivity. What does that translate to? Latency issues, occasional drops, and frustrating delays that can drive you nuts, especially if you're switching devices multiple times a day. So, the wireless range claim of 10 meters feels more like an optimistic wish than reality, especially in crowded wireless environments. But wait, there's more. The K380 boasts a 24-month battery life, which sounds like a dream. No hassle of charging or swapping batteries every few weeks. However, there's a catch. The keyboard uses replaceable button cell batteries, not rechargeable like many modern keyboards. That means you have to carry spare batteries or face downtime when your keyboard just decides to nap in the middle of your workday. And for people like me who forget where they stash batteries, this can be a recipe for disaster. On the bright side, Logitech estimates the keyboard handles around 2 million keystrokes a year in an average office setup. Still, some users report inconsistencies, especially when the battery power dips, leading to laggy keystrokes and missed letters. So if you're thinking about speed and reliability, keep this in mind. Now let's talk about typing comfort, because after all, a keyboard's primary job is to feel good under your fingers. The K380 has a compact design with round keys, which look cute, almost like you're typing on a giant Nintendo controller. But this design comes with trade-offs. The keys are smaller and packed closer together than on a standard keyboard. This means if you have medium to large hands, typos are almost guaranteed at first. And if you're a fast typist, you might find yourself slowing down to avoid hitting the wrong keys. The key travel is shallow, which some users like, but others find it mushy and unresponsive. So don't expect the satisfying click of a mechanical or higher-end membrane keyboard here. Think of it as the difference between typing on your laptop keyboard versus a fancy desktop mechanical setup. Also, the ergonomics may not support prolonged typing. If you're doing marathon work sessions, expect some hand fatigue creeping in after a while. Oh, and switching between devices. Yes, it's there, but not as smooth as Logitech pitches it. The K380 has 3 easy switch buttons, but toggling between Bluetooth connections sometimes results in delays around 2 to 5 seconds. That's an eternity if you're in a fast-paced workflow. Also, remember that the keyboard remembers only 3 paired devices at a time. If you want to switch to a fourth, you'll have to go through the pairing process again, which can be annoying and counterproductive. If you're the kind of multitasker who often adds new devices, the K380's convenience starts to wear thin quickly. Alright, here's a quick joke to lighten things up. Why did the keyboard break up with the laptop? Because it couldn't handle the pressure. Now, if only the K380 could relieve some of that pressure, it struggles sometimes. Moving on to software and customization, Logitech Options software is available for Windows and Mac, meant to optimize the layout and shortcuts accordingly. The K380 automatically recognizes the device type and adapts key mappings, which works well in theory. However, in practice, there have been reports of mismapped keys, especially when switching between Mac and Windows devices. That can lead to input jumble, like hitting the command key when you want control or vice versa. Logitech Options software itself can be quirky, occasional crashes, slow startups, and the odd failure to detect the keyboard. So if you rely heavily on software features or key remapping, this could be a pain point. Another feature Logitech highlights is Flow cross-computer typing, which allows you to use the keyboard with a compatible Logitech mouse to move files and text seamlessly between computers. That sounds amazing, and in fact, the feature does work well if you've got a Flow-compatible mouse too. But here's the catch. The mouse is sold separately. Adding it to your setup can blow your budget, especially since the K380 sits at $49.99. So expecting a full Flow experience out of the box isn't realistic unless you're ready to invest more. Otherwise, you'll just have a single keyboard without that seamless magic. Let's pause for a second. What kind of person benefits most from the K380? If you're a casual user who values portability, don't type heavily, and want basic multi-device functionality, it's a decent option. It's lightweight, easy to carry, and great for light typing sessions on tablets or phones. But if you're a heavy typist, coding enthusiast, or someone who demands lightning-fast connectivity and hardware precision, the K380 might leave you frustrated. And if you switch devices constantly, the slow device toggling will drive you mad. So decide carefully. Before we head to the wrap-up, here's joke number 2. Why don't keyboards ever get lost? Because they always have a key to success. And sadly, the K380 sometimes loses that key when it comes to smooth switching. Alright, so now that we've covered connectivity, battery life, typing comfort, and software quirks, what's the final verdict? The Logitech K380 is a mixed bag. It's undoubtedly packed with features that appeal to modern users: multi-device Bluetooth, long battery life, and an ultra-compact frame that fits in most laptop bags. You get excellent key labeling and recognizable layouts for Mac, Windows, Android, and iOS, which is neat. The typing experience, while not for everyone, works fine for casual users who don't mind small keys and shallow travel. However, it's not perfect, and that's the honest truth. If you crave flawless connectivity, crisp tactile feedback, and super-fast device switching, the K380 often falls short. Bluetooth 3.0 already signals some compromises on wireless stability versus newer standards. The use of replaceable batteries instead of rechargeable cells might annoy power users. Ergonomically, it lacks the cushy comfort needed for long typing marathons. Also, if you were counting on Logitech Flow without extra cost, think again. The mouse is an added expense. Yet despite these drawbacks, the K380 remains a solid contender in the ultra-portable, multi-device Bluetooth keyboard market. Its lightweight design, universal compatibility, and battery endurance make it a convenient companion for students, casual remote workers, and anyone needing a simple keyboard for their iPads, phones, or multiple computers without fussing with cables. Now for one last joke before we finish. Why did the computer get cold? Because it left its windows open. Just like your options with Logitech K380, you can either embrace its quirks or open a new window and look for something else. If you're ready to give the Logitech K380 a shot, I recommend grabbing it now on Amazon. Prices can change quickly, and the best deals don't stick around long. I've put the link in the description below so you can check it out, compare current pricing, and decide if the trade-offs are worth it for your use case. To sum it up, Logitech K380 is a nifty, budget-friendly keyboard with a few surprising problems that honest reviews rarely highlight. It's not perfect, but it could be just right for casual, multi-device users needing portable convenience over professional-grade typing performance. Choose wisely and happy typing.